Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Mandem United, Ballers at the Bridge, talking that Tottenham Talk podcast, which is another one of the crossover shows on the channel. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United, Chelsea, or Tottenham Hotspur related. Of course, you normally get this show either on a Saturday night or a Sunday night, but with both Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea in action, it made sense to do the show live tonight. Spurs knocked out of the FA Cup by Manchester City, losing 1-0. Chelsea drawing 0-0 at home to Aston Villa, so there will be a replay at Villa Park. Before I continue though, make sure you run up the likes though, first and foremost, people. Run up the likes on the video. Hit the like button immediately, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well. That's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. Big up to all the audio listeners as well as always. And on top of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV is road to 10,000 subscribers, people. Road to 10,000. So hit that subscribe button. If you don't have an account, make sure you do so. And obviously, normally I'm joined by Surfer and Jez. They're my two regular co-hosts when it comes to the United Chelsea Spurs show. Surfer will be on shortly. Don't worry about that. Jez couldn't make it, but salute to Jez. But had to go get a special guest. You don't know how it is. We all seen Tony Claude gonna sign that permanent deal with Sarcasm City TV. Shout out to Tony. He's on the United Arsenal show. So it was only right to get this guy on as a special guest. Called into a couple fan calling shows. Love the shamelessness. First and foremost, just had to get to that. Got straight to the shamelessness. Man was running bants and jokes from when he stepped through the door. Also knowledgeable about his team and very honest about his team again, which is rare as well. So got welcome, you know what I'm saying, making his debut on the show. Man like De Niro is in the building. Yes, De Niro.
Big up my bro Flawless, man. Listen, I appreciate the opportunity every time, man. You know it's love, man. Get me, my brother, man. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, but we're here, man. We're here to talk the business, man. You get me?
Man. We're here to talk the business about your club. Obviously, you watched the game, so we will go there. We will start with that. Obviously, going out in the FA Cup to Manchester City 1-0. Some might say a questionable decision. Where do you stand on it? You know what I'm saying?
You see where it is. I'll say the decision, it could have gone either way. Now, the way I look at it, first, when I first saw it, I said, you know what, this decision, this is the wrong decision that the refs made. I said that's a foul in my opinion. But then when I looked at it again, I said, nah, man, I can't lie. I feel like the keeper's got to be stronger there. I think if you're stronger there, and he could have definitely got a stronger hand to it as well. I think if you're stronger there rather than looking for the foul, which is what I feel like Vicario was doing, I feel like maybe it does actually go down as a foul. But where you've really looked for that foul, it's a thing where I think VAR just looked at it and said, yeah, that's too soft to give us a free kick. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that decision was the big deal causing it. That's what I'll put my 2 pence in that decision. That I'll say that it's a fair decision in my personal opinion, me being honest with it. I'm not gonna go like I told you, I'm not like them man down the road that go there and start lying and talking about Gabriel with the Anthony Gordon and all of these things. I'm not like that. So yeah, man, I can't lie. I think that decision, nah, man, I think it's fair in it. Like even on top of that, I feel like even when he does parry the ball, where's the centre backs? What are we doing?
Yeah.
We should get to that first. You always have to get to that first. It's in our own box. We've got to deal with that. We've got to clear that out, whatever it is. I don't understand how he can be Johnny on the spot and you're not Johnny on the spot either. So I wouldn't just blame it on that. I feel like there was a lot of things that we did wrong, even in that situation. Anyways, to be honest with you, bro.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And were you concerned about the performance? Obviously, you're playing Manchester City and they are a very good side, but you only had the one shot in total and the one shot on target. Was you expecting more, considering how good you've been this season and how good your record is against Manchester City in general?
You see, I wasn't expecting more because of the front three. So normally when we've gone to City, we've either had a Kane or a Son in that game. This is the first time we've had neither of the two. And then we've gone there with a front three that we all know isn't the best front three at all. Useless front three. We've gone there with Richarlison, Timo Werner, and Brennan Johnson. Now, Timo Werner today, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna do he's for you get like Timo Werner today. He didn't do anything extravagant, but one thing I'll give him that he did today is that he was very sharp on the spot. He was making runs. What's it called? His first touch was good today. Apart from that, he didn't really do nothing special. But what I will say is that he showed some type of like, I'm trying to do something in this game. I'm trying to make something happen. Do you know what I'm saying? And if we now go to the other side with Brennan Johnson now, this is where my problem starts, because one thing I can tell you right now, I've played at high level in football. I played for Barnet. I've done all of this. So one thing I can tell you as a footballer that I can show you right now as a footballer, they always tell you to be on your toes. That's one thing I know. So each and every time, it happened when we played you against United, and it's happened again today. When you're a right winger, you need to be on your toes to stop the left back from stepping in front of you. And if you're not on your toes, it shows a case of laziness to me. Because because I'm a winger, so when I play on the wing, I know that if the left back is stepping in front of me, the times he does step in front of me is when I'm tired or when I'm not concentrating. I'm not paying attention to what I'm meant to be doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So each and every single time, you can't tell me throughout a 90-minute game of football, the left back has stepped in front of you every single time. Not once. Not once have you even got a touch and said, you know what, I'm going to take a touch, I'm going to play it back to my right back or whatever. You've messed up every single time. And this is the thing that I have. I notice these things. I take in small details when it comes to football. So I can see how you're going to develop as a player through them small things. And it's just the case for me with him. It's a case of laziness. Look, I know he's not a good footballer. I think he's got a lot of energy. He can finish at times. We've seen that at Nottingham Forest, but I just think he's a bit too lazy for me, and he lacks a lot of concentration. So in this game today, it's like the ball's getting played to you. You're seeing the ball that is coming to you, but you're just lackluster. Like you're not really. You're getting the ball. You're kicking the ball, trying to whip it across from like 40 yards out, and there's no one in the box. Like things like that doesn't make sense.
You're talking about like his decision making
is poor. Yeah, exactly. Decision making is just very poor. But I don't even think his decision making is poor. I think his decision making is poor, but as in like I don't think it's poor in the way of like it's that bad. He makes it way more worse because of the fact that he's lazy on top of it. That's what I think it is. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like you can have bad decision making, but what makes it worse is on top of it, if you're going to be lazy with the decisions, you're going to be lazy when you're doing whatever you're doing, whether that's a cross, whether that's a pass. Like today, I can't name you one time he beat his man. Well, he beat his man once, but I wouldn't say beat his man. He just held the ball, turned, gave a little pass off. But apart from that, he had a poor game. Like it was a very poor game from Brennan Johnson. But like I said, Timo Werner on his side, he was showing signs of like, you get me, he could be useful in it, like just with that little over the top ball, because there was so many flawless. If in that game, when I told you the amount of opportunities to play that ball over the top to Werner, and like I said, all these players, the dynamic of them, like these Werners, these men with pace, and they like to run in behind where there's so much space. There was so many times, and in that whole game, it only got played once. And the one time it got played, obviously Kyle Walker dealt with it, but I just think there was so many opportunities through that game where if that ball had got played, we may have got a goal out of it. We may have got a goal or two out of it, to be honest with you. But it was just, man, I can't lie. Like, it was just...
I could tell by the head shake, yo. Just, like, you're like, we could have done more. Big up to Surfer in the building as well. Surfer, De Niro. Obviously, I know Surfer, but yeah.
Hello.
In the court, what are you saying, Surfer? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I
go on. Go on.
I was just on casually, and someone got me in a Caicedo Kante debate for some reason in the chat. I don't usually respond, but I'm just Right. I don't know why I responded, but you got me. I don't usually do that, so I quit. I just tapped out. I went, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. I can't do it. Just leave me alone. I've got no stream to do. So
that's crazy. We also got Eddie in the building as well. Obviously, it is the Friday edition of, well, normally we do the Man United, but he was on the United show, but he's here as well. Eddie, what are you telling me, fam? You good?
Like it says in the top, showed up to the funeral.
This guy, you broke up by here. That's his showed up to the off funeral. This guy.
Yeah. Liverpool. Welcome to the gulag. Enjoy the goulash.
Oh, it's for us.
It's a glorious day. It's a glorious day. Shout out to Dinero. Hope I said
Big
that
up
right.
my broski, man. Big
Shout
up
out
my
to
broski.
Surfer. Hey, you know what? Hey, what a riveting game of football between Chelsea and Aston Villa. Real cinema out there, huh, Surfer?
Shut up, man. You know what I mean? This guy knows he's gonna put his side's gonna. They're gonna get through against Newport, but still putting a stinky performance.
Stinky performance.
Hey man, fifth round draws ain't for everybody, you know. But I'm here. I'm here to console.
I swear. If you, I don't even know if you say lose. If you somehow get taken to a replay in this fixture, you better not show up for like 2 months.
Better not show up. Trust me,
it's okay. It's okay. You know this by now.
Eddie, I'm new, bro. Eddie, I'm new, bro, but I'm around. If you lot mess up, bro, I'm around, bro. Trust me, I'm new, but I'm around, bro. Trust me.
I love the smoke. I love the smoke. Yeah, I'm telling you that. Hey, look, I'm top 5. I'm top 5 Seamus, and I'm not 4, 3, or 2. You dig me?
So, obviously, Flores having major connection issues today. Did we discuss the
Tottenham
Man City
game.
goal?
Yeah. We were just discussing like the man's. We discussed the goal. I just spoke on the perform, like a little bit on the performance ish, kind of on the performance. But yeah, by that point, that's when we just joined in.
I had both games on. I think it was like a fight you expected to be good. I don't think both teams actually performed that well. Overall, and the ironic thing you were saying about Werner, I saw that for 2 years. He did actually make good runs, but no one ever found him.
Yeah.
That was the thing. So it's like they didn't notice he makes those runs, and I don't know what's happening. I didn't really watch Leipzig, so I don't know if it happened over there. But he'll make those runs, and you fans will realize it, but none of your players will. The same as we did for 2 years. He made good runs. I've got to give him that, but we didn't pick him up. But I was just thinking like. It was weird. I don't know. It was a weird game. It's like they were sparring, but not an intense.
Not spar. Yeah. You get that's a perfect example. That's a perfect.
Jab. Yeah, it's like that. And it's like, do you guys really both want a replay? Surely you don't want a replay, man.
Just want to win the game, like. Just get the game over and done with. Like, I don't understand.
Over and done with. Yeah.
Especially Spurs. Especially Spurs, like another trophyless season again. Do you know? Listen, I've been on this earth for 23 years, bro, and all I've seen in my life is a Carling Cup back in 2008. So if I'm telling you that, it's painful, man. It's painful.
Exactly, because you could. Yeah, that's why I was surprised. Postecoglou didn't go for it a bit more. That was all. I would have put Maddison on maybe about 10-15 minutes earlier.
Definitely.
Give him a good few minutes.
And I don't know why he took off Bentancur for Skip. And I said, what is going on? Like the only creative guy right now I feel like Bentancur and the Maddison midfield would have cut way better than the midfield that ended.
Well, who's his Spurs next league? Who's his Spurs league game midweek?
Midweek, who are we even playing? I even need to check that. That's a good question.
It's not a big opponent because they would have brought it up. So
I think right now we got a steady run of games at this moment.
Right.
Yeah, I need to check it.
Yeah, because obviously his midfield options limited because Basuma and Sarr are away like that. But Højbjerg just stunk up the place.
Stinking the place up.
Very, 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 very.
Brentford
bad.
At home, you lot have got Brentford at home.
Okay. So that's not really an easy
it's
game.
It's not a rollover, but it's not the hardest oppositions. Although Ivan Toney's on revenge mission against the Premier League, so it's one of those. But today was like a build up. Like I said, it's a build up to a fight, but it just didn't deliver. Like that, it was a very sort of game. You know what I mean? It's like an end of season thing with nothing riding on it. It felt
bad. But we should. Yeah. I feel like I understand that from a City perspective. To be honest with you, I'll be so honest. I can understand that. I feel for us, the game was actually, if we really think about it, there for the taking. Apart from the shot that De Bruyne had, that obviously he should have scored, but the shot that he had, I can't really remember anything else in the game that they really made me think, like I'm a bit.
No, their approach play was good, but their shooting was way up. I think, although he'd never admit it, I don't think Pep would have been bothered going out this round. I think Flores is frozen again.
No, I'm
This is
here.
unbelievable. Sorry. You didn't move or blink. You didn't move or blink.
I'm hearing it. Sorry, I'm just playing my hair. Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm listening. That's all.
Blink, man, for Christ's sake.
I'm locked in. I didn't freeze. I'm here. I'm
locked in store.
I'm locked in. I'm listening.
The CBM for the pro clubs, he's locked in, man. Trust me.
Oh yeah. That's beyond good, man. Yeah, 100%.
Come on. Nah, definitely. Yeah, but no, he wasn't. It was like, yeah, City. Even today, like you could see in them that they weren't really too bothered in it. Yeah. They just came. They came to play a game. You know, they obviously do the normal thing possession-wise. They're due to hold on to the ball, of course. But it wasn't like they laid any jabs. We were trying to match them blow for blow. I think, obviously, at one point, we were doing all right. Like, we were playing the ball around. We could see gaps. But it's just that final ball that was really letting us down. I think, obviously, Udogie played very well today. But then at points towards like the last 20 minutes, he's holding on to the ball for too long. I can't lie, Kuleveski was absolutely disappointing today.
Yeah.
He played poorly today. Absolutely. He's been poor, to be honest, maybe even for about the last 2 games he might have even played, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. But yeah, he had a poor performance today. Like, he just looked lazy. He looked like he wasn't really bothered. He weren't concentrating. And one thing about me, you've noticed, I like concentration in the game. I can tell when you're not concentrating. So he just looked like he didn't want to be there. He looked like he didn't want to be on the pitch. But yeah, that's been him for a couple of games, to be honest with you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you that it's not been good from him. But I'm disappointed, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm disappointed because, like I said to you just before Flawless came back in, I said, bro, look, another trophy this season because we're not winning the league. We got knocked out of the Carabao Cup so early. We're not in any European competitions either. So, you know where it is. It's back to basics, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I was going to say, what now are you looking at this season? Is it top 4? Is it top 6? Obviously, Ange's started off.
Title run, Flawless. Focus on that title.
This guy, yo, Egypt. So what are you looking at? Is it top 4? Is it top 6? Continue to play the way you're playing, etc. Like, what's now the end goal for the season for you?
It has to be top 4. Like, you can't aim for top 6. Ban the top 6, man. I ain't trying to hear all of that, man. Top 4, man. You got to aim for the top 4 with this. I think we can do it. It's possible. I feel like now it's just a straight league thing. It's possible. Obviously, certain guys will come back within the time. But yes, it's got to be a top 4 thing. Listen, I like the Champions League nights and that. You get what I'm saying? So it's got to be a top 4. I don't aim for the low. I don't aim for top 6. You get what I'm saying? It's not a top 6 up thing. Even if we don't have the greatest team, even the times when we were with Conte and all of these guys, it's never been a top 6 or get into it's always a top 4 thing for me. Top four, and stay above them donuts down the road, like I say before. So yeah, man, that's what it is for me. Still.
No, fair enough. And switching lanes and big up to everyone in the chat. Continue to get your questions in. Continue to run up the likes. Continue to hit the subscribe button as well. But switching lanes from Spurs, and we will go back to Spurs as well. Chelsea. They obviously play tonight as well. Drew against Aston Villa. Sell for thoughts on the game. Replay coming up. Not sure when the replay will be played, but yeah.
I think it's the week of February the 4th. It's like.
Oh, jeez, that's right on the corner.
6th or 7th. Yeah.
Match.
Yeah, they like to do replays without if the fixtures aren't really congested within 10 days after the initial one, unless it's really congested. Yeah. I thought. First 10 minutes it was sort of a bit of slow start, but then I thought we dominated them. We had the better chances and we just didn't take them. Palmer and Madueke should have scored, definitely. Should have gone in 2-0 up because they didn't really do anything after the first 10 minutes. Then 65 minutes, I think Tuesday caught up with us and we gassed out really. And Petrovic made a couple of very good saves at the end to keep us in the competition. Listen, did I want to replay? No. I preferred to still be in the competition. I think that out of the 2 teams, the ones who really didn't want to replay was Villa, because they've got Europe. They're in Europe still, and they're in whatever you say. They're in the top 4. So it's one of those. I thought we played very well for about an hour, 65 minutes of the game. Thought we linked up well, but it's the old age thing. Chelsea, it's just can't finish your dinner. Do you know what I mean? I can by looking at me, but I can't finish the dinner. You know, so hey, I can do that. It's to give me. That's all. But it was like I praised Palmer midweek. This week, today's game, overall play, I got to criticise him for finishing because he has finished harder chances.
Yeah.
You know? Do you know what I mean? So if you're going to praise him, you've got to criticise him. Madueke should have scored as well. Other than that, I thought we were pretty comfortable up until that point. Nothing much really in Poch apart from this, maybe throwing the subs a bit earlier, try and change it up from about 70th minute onwards. But no, just like I say, it can't really. You come away from that game as one of the better performances of the season. Everyone's going, "Oh, you only beat Middlesbrough midweek," but yeah, that got through to a final. It's like Villa, one of the. I know they've got their away records a bit mixed, but they came off a 12-day rest. And for the first hour, we looked like we'd come back from a 12-day
because there's times
rest.
when, like you said, you dominated possession. As I'm watching the game and they put the stat in the corner and it was like, yes, Chelsea had like 75% possession in the last 10 minutes. And stuff like that.
I thought some of the play was good today. And I know I'd rather see that obviously come off with a draw or a win than because I've seen us play well and lose. Do you know what I mean? This season. And we're still in a competition. And I think actually people go, "Oh yeah, Villa are going to smash it at home." I think it suits us going into that game not being favourites to go through because we're not, because it's Villa's home record.
Yeah, Villa's home record.
I think it suits this team's mentality at the moment to be underdogs and to be non-favourites because the pressure's off, essentially. And I think they can go there. We might have a few players back, Gusto and Cuckoo, something like that, be able to mix it up a bit more, a Chilwell, a few more minutes in, maybe start him in that game, you know, switch about, you know. It's one of those things. It was always going to be a hard time. I mean, Villa are a good team this season. You know what I mean? It's no disgrace drawing to Villa this season.
Absolutely not. No.
And that was a full strength Villa team as well. It's not as if they're not really missing anyone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So apart from Tyrone Mings, but if you rate Tyrone Mings, that's your deal, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I forgot that Mings was. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot Mings was.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like so.
I forgot Mings was still there. That's crazy. Man said Mings.
Overall, I wouldn't like a replay because I'd want to go through right away. But listen, if we get through and the draw is kind in terms of like Liverpool and City draw each other, or you guys get through and you draw Newcastle or something like that, so that'd be fine for us. You know what I mean?
Liverpool, I need Liverpool and City to draw each other in the next round.
I need Liverpool, Man City. As soon as apart from the final, I need it as soon as possible. I don't want it for the final at all. I need it as soon as possible. The sooner he's out of all competitions, the sooner I don't have to hear his never-ending love story until the end of the fucking season. So, you know
we go get to that, people. We are going to get.
I'm already bored of it already. It's less than 12 hours. You know what I mean? I'm already bored of it.
Jurgen quad and all them things there. And
what?
Yeah, I've heard it all. Says to De Niro, does the game give you confidence for the game against City coming up?
No. No way. What? No way. Impossible. And do you know what? Do you know what's so funny about this year? You know, everybody was talking about what's it called? Obviously, even like this game today, obviously, everybody was talking about the nostalgia of, oh yeah, they haven't scored at our stadium. I knew as soon as people started doing that, and you lot all came and you jinxed the whole thing, I knew that we were gonna go left. And look at how it planned out. It planned out the way that I thought it was going to plan out. You see me, I tried to be confident. I said, you know what, if we win today, listen, I'm going to come on there. I'm going to come on Sarcasm City TV. I'm live. I'm shameless with it. And look what happened today, man. I can't lie. I'm not confident at all because of the fact of City, when they get into that little run, I feel like we're going to be a part of that little run there. And it's one of those ones where that run is not a stoppable run from Tottenham especially. So to answer your question, just to give it nice and simple for you, my bro, it's impossible, bro. I'm telling you from now.
There you go, Andy, man. Big up everyone in the chat as well. And Paul said, flawless questions. Have been any good signings, if any, in January? And will anything big happen yet, in your opinion? In regards to it, nothing in the Premier League. There's been no signings that I look at and go, yeah, that's a top quality signing for such and such. In regards to, I think, maybe, because it's been so quiet, I could see like in this next few days, maybe a team looks at it and go, not necessarily a big signing, but just something that's like, right. Like I'm not saying a Benz will go somewhere, but just something maybe out of the blue. Because it's rare, because in all of the January transfer windows I can think of to all the way back, there's always something. somebody's going to make some form of move. I don't see all these clubs going, now we're comfortable, when you can clearly see where everybody needs to strengthen. And that's not even necessarily like the big six. You could say a team may be chasing top four, or a team chasing, like we just spoke about Villa. Villa might decide, you know what, let's go get a move. Because they look kind of toothless up front today. Like, there was not really much. Maybe a Newcastle decide they can do that. Maybe a Newcastle, I know obviously they got financial fair play, but maybe they try and loan somebody or something like that. So, yeah, or a team lower down says, all right, let's try and stay in the division. So, yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I don't think anything.
Biggest signing January is Ivan Toney to Brentford. That's the biggest signing. Right?
Yeah, that's the biggest signing.
Do you know what I mean? That's the biggest January deal.
Omar T United. That's the biggest.
Do you know what? That has been the biggest move, is that Omar Berardi to United. That I hear that. But just quickly, Eddie, obviously we didn't speak on it yesterday. Obviously, we're playing Newport County, sticking with the FA Cup theme before we move on. Confident we'll win? What are you saying? Do you see a replay? Do you see us getting a surprising loss? Talk to us.
Because like I said to the brothers when you left, I'm top 5 shameless. I'm not 5, 4, 3, 2. We gonna win. It's gonna be smooth sailing, but it's fucking. I guess we're playing on like a rugby pitch. So
is that a rugby pitch? I did not know that.
They got a rugby team that plays on the same ground, bruh. Let me tell you this right now. It would be us to make a game out of this.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, I was listening to the city Spurs game, and they literally said that the striker was a farmer 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Wait, so who was a farmer? To what? Their striker was an actual farmer.
Was a farmer like 2 weeks ago. So look,
he gonna score, man. He gonna score.
They'll get it done.
He might win the game, but he gonna score.
yeah. And I think Cameroon is playing the round of 16, or maybe
yes, yeah, they're through. Yeah, they're through Cameroon.
God Onana's not there to make somebody look like a superhero, and so I like our chances. I bet you he plays the guys who were injured. And so, we'll be straight.
Yeah. Like Martinez and Casemiro.
I like our chances.
Speaking, hey, this is one of the few games we can talk about confidently. The Wigan game and this game.
Hey, flawless. If you lot make this a deal, bro. If you make this a deal, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Listen, I told Eddie. I said I'm around. Telling you, please, don't, please. That's how I'm gonna leave it. I'm around.
Broski, I can't even. This is the one time I'll be honest. There is a very good chance of this being a 1-0 victory. Very good.
I'm telling you, I think we win the game, Eddie. But now you said the striker was a farmer. He gonna score. We gonna win the game like 4-1. I can see him scoring. I can see this farmer scoring. Now he's an actual farmer. Like if that
guy's hitting bells of hay right now. Like, all right,
yo, serious though, like that would just be like us. Because don't get mistaken, like Ten Hag's thoroughly gonna play a strong side, which needs to be done.
This man's throwing cows in next door's fields right now. He's popped up for this. That's what he's doing.
It's all so crazy. But reports did come out and say that Johnny Evans is ill, and then obviously we'll get your thoughts on it, Eddie. I don't know how true the rumors are. The video wasn't really too clear, but like Rashford's also ill, and I use ill in quotation marks because supposedly he was out.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Drinking.
How can we go against Newport without Johnny Evans?
Hey, respect one of our best players this season. You know what I'm saying?
You surfer.
Yeah, man, that's big game, Johnny. Don't ever do that. You know what I'm saying?
The shamelessness.
Don't ever do that, man. Like Johnny, Mr. Consistent.
Run me people in the chat. Run me my big game Johnny versus Thiago Silva comps ASAP. I want him out. I want the streets to see to see this.
Now you got a point there, Eddie. You know, Eddie's got a point with that one. You know? I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Listen.
Hey man, Romero wouldn't look out of place in a weekend at Newport. You know what I mean? That guy.
That being said, obviously there was reports and then a video. Like I said, it wasn't clear of Rashford out drinking. Like I say, video wasn't too clear, picture wasn't too clear. So I would just say allegedly, you know what I'm saying, and that which it is. Obviously, in the chat, you lot may have different opinions. But like someone quote tweeted, which I thought was hilarious. I seen this on Twitter. Someone said, "What's worse, this or playing FIFA all night long?" But you make your decisions, people. You know
don't diss that. We got huge. We're in the playoffs.
We're in the playoffs. Hey, man, FIFA and pro clubs is serious business. Just to clarify,
serious business. You know what I mean?
It's very serious business.
Very serious. But Ryan knows because he's never played with us again. He got kicked out.
Yeah, that's
Ryan. Ryan, hold that, Ryan. I hope you cry until the end of the season as well, Ryan. I hope you cry.
Oh yeah, he gonna be a bit.
Yeah. Hope you cry.
He gonna be a bit. But yeah, Eddie, your thoughts on it? Rashford obviously looked like he was out partying, drinking, etc., etc.
Brother. This is what people fail to understand. I think this is what differs, but this is the big difference about like the UK and how they view sports and how the US view sports. Do you understand? We had a brother named Allen Iverson playing in the NBA. Allen Iverson was getting drunk till 5 a.m, going out scoring 40 pieces. They said, and I quote, on the Miami Heat team, they were giving out PUIs. You know what a PUI is?
Not going. What's a PUI?
Playing under the influence. I could care less about what these brothers do in their off time. What do you do between the lines? Could care less. Now,
how do you know he was a designated driver as well?
Yeah, make sure of course. Now Rashford been trashed this whole season. So one video of him partying is supposed to change my mind about him being trashed this whole season. We saw Buddy can't drive. So I'm just happy he wasn't behind the wheel. Because that's a safety hazard for everybody in Manchester. Fuck him going out to party. You could care. I could care less, man. I could care less. Let this season be over with. My dog Sancho free. Donnie free. Hey, man, I'm cool, man. I could care less, man.
Yeah, it's just what's crazy to me is like the difference in the backlash that the two have received. Like if this was Sancho, this is just much more of a story. Like it's just people refusing to keep the same energy. If this was Sancho, seemed to be drinking before a game, you know what I'm saying, the night before a game, carried out, you know what I'm saying. Now and then obviously the manager, before the video and everything came out, the manager said he's ill. And someone was like, "Nah, that ain't ill. This man's just hungover." This was Jadon Sancho. It's just same energy. That's all it was. Because to me, you're a professional athlete. You really shouldn't be out partying and drinking beforehand. Eddie made the point about Allen Iverson, but you know what Allen Iverson did? He was dropping 40 and 50 a game. Rashford goes out there and is performing well and is bagging hat tricks and getting assists and performing exceptional in an exceptional fashion. You know what? I say, cool, keep doing that because clearly it's working for you. But when you are not performing on the football pitch, that's then when we can look into your preparation. At the end of the day, you're a professional athlete. You should not be out before a night before a game drinking. That's to any professional athlete, not just him, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah.
To your point too, Flawless, my dog Sancho gave the phone to a baddie and he was getting in trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Dr. Umar will be proud in this current climate. This makes no sense. Listen, young man Rashford, listen, brother. Okay, I understand your dog is out in Germany doing it up. You know, you got fidget spinner on one side. You got Palestri gone now. You got who else went out on loan? I swear it's one of our attacks. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. Who cares? But yeah, now you left with Garnacho. I'd be drinking too. I'd be drinking.
This guy.
Portland, Garnacho. Oh, brother.
Anthony. Yeah. Bruno. Yeah. You go.
And Red Bull. I'm telling you, boy. Oh man. They gonna know me at the club. I tell you that right now. Bro. So Rashford, I'm gonna pray for you. I usually have no pity for you, but this time around with that front three, brother, I'm gonna pray for you. And so, yeah, I don't blame him not one bit for going out the party. Now, Flawless is the responsible one out of this Manchester United pair, so I'm gonna let him give you what he actually should be doing, brother. If you listen to me, I'm gonna tell you what you need to be doing. Okay, go out there, have a good time, because when you go on that pitch, it's gonna be like Dante's Inferno, 7 layers of hell. You go through one, get to another. Go through one, get to another. It ain't gonna be easy. So, hell, fuck, man. Do you, boss? It's almost over. You'll be all right.
It is, and like that's what it is, because not only like Rashford's been criticized and rightfully so criticized for his poor performances, and now all you're doing is adding fuel to the fire. This is legit. You're just giving more people more ammo to shoot you down with. Like I said, performances on the pitch is what matters. If you're performing well, most people, 99.9% of fans don't care what you do. Like somebody posted, I think it was Temmie. I think he either quote tweeted it or mentioned it. And obviously it's a clip from an overlap when Gary Neville was talking with Roy Keane, for those that have seen it. And Roy Keane mentioned how they used to go out all the time and how they would lie to Sir Alex about, how much you drink? And he's like, a couple. He's like, I can't really tell him how much I had. Man had 9 or 10. But guess what? If you're captaining a team to a treble, you can do that. There's certain allowances when you are performing well. People might not like it, but that's just the way it is. Same way if this was Haaland that was out the night before a game for Manchester City, would the backlash be the same? Absolutely not. You know why? Because he's delivered for Manchester City. And I'm just using Haaland as an example because he's an attacking player also. So that's to anybody who's performing well, in particular professional. We only care, like Eddie said, when you get in between those white lines. But to me, prepare the best you can. And you being out, in particular in bad form, like, why? It's got to make better decisions. Because now let's say you do miss the game if it was hungover. Or let's say you do play against Newport and you play poorly. You don't need any extras, man. You know what I'm saying? In that, you don't need any extras. It's like being a criminal and the police are on your case. You know what I'm saying? In that, you need to be driving, music turned down, seatbelt on. Don't need a load of niggas with you in the car. No drugs, no weapons, nothing. You need to be clean. You know what I'm saying? In that, like that's what this is. Need to be speeding or nothing. Go on, sir.
Why don't you just hire like a private place? Private place.
You could easily do that. You have all the money. Yes, you could easily do
that.
And
then you hire security. So, do you want to get in here? Hand your phone over. No pictures. No nothing. Right? Yeah. Nothing. Oh, I just don't understand these. Well, these guys have got like. Are you telling me? It's like Eddie's right. I mean. Iverson used to do it. The old players in the olden days used to they walked to stay and then drank with the fans during the game sometimes and smoked. But it's different nowadays. But it's like you're under so much scrutiny 24/7, especially at Man United. It's like, guys, it's like you need all the help. You especially, the whole feeding kids thing's not working for your PR anymore. Do you know what I mean? You just need to be seen with your head. Wait, let me phrase that because I'm going to pause. You need to be seen like working. I was going to say head down, and I know what people are going to say. You know what I mean? You just need to be seen in training. You need to be in training, working.
You need to be seen doing the right things in regards to preparing for games and preparing to turn your form around. That's what it is.
Do you know what I was going to say to that?
Sorry, no, that's cool. No, that's cool. Go on.
Oh, no, I was even just gonna say, do you know what the real problem is? You see what Eddie said? Eddie said is right, but the problem here is this Rashford. You're not naturally talented like that. For me personally, you're a person that needs to be in training. You need to be working on your attributes, you boy. Don't be going out there thinking that you're gonna be able to go drink and then you're gonna step on the pitch and do a mad thing and do them little over the top runs for Bruno and that, bro. Nah, man, you need to go in there, work on your attributes, work on your game. You get what I'm saying? I don't feel like guys like you see like a Sancho now. I feel like a Sancho could probably go out, do something like that, and still come on the pitch and still put out a performance. I don't feel like guys like Rashford can do that.
I agree with Rashford. Yeah, he's not naturally talented enough like that.
But also, they're not going to the Emirates to play Arsenal on that beautiful carpet. They literally go to a bog standard shipping town or wherever it is, man. That's probably played on with the rugby team. That's got it's probably like part mud, half grass at this moment in time. And maybe that's my ignorance, because sorry, folks, I don't watch Newport Town or whatever they're called. Do you know what I mean?
No, I think you're on point with that, Surfer, because that's what they was pretty much saying. Like, yo, the rugby team plays here. There will be divots.
Yeah, and they haven't got under. I bet they haven't got under soil heating either, or whatever.
No,
you know what I mean?
hell no. Hell
exactly. It's like it's going in like a Sunday afternoon, like with your mates in a local park or something like that. And he struggles on Man United's pitch.
That's what
Do you know what I mean?
I think. Like, look, man, I again, Foz is gonna tell you what you need to hear. I'm gonna tell you what I think you need to hear, brother. You're not that guy anyway. There's not enough training in the world to make you that guy, for me personally. So when I see he's doing all this, it's kind of like what I attribute it to is you gave him 350 bags a week and never held him accountable. Now you think you about to hold him accountable after you gave him 300? Like, no, it's not gonna happen. So I think I just understand the monster that we're dealing with here. Like Surface said, the feeding the kids shit, the Mother Teresa shit, that ain't hitting no more. You didn't use that flow one too many times. We're up to it now. We got you. We understand what the game is now. So what we're dealing with is you are playing out. You're playing badly. You're playing for a manager we can tell you don't fuck with. You just looking for comfort in all the wrong places, my boy. That's what this is coming down to. And so I would say free Rashford, but hey, you getting paid, so you ain't got nothing to worry about, man. That check still coming. What's up?
But and just to add on, sorry to cut you off, to what Surfer was saying in regards to if you want to do this, you could easily do it privately.
Oh,
Legit. If you want to drink, like you could easily do this privately. And people say, oh, he should be able to go where he wants to. Just because he's a professional footballer, that shouldn't stop that. However, it's the price you pay. You know what I'm saying? Being a professional athlete and getting paid all the money you do, that's the price you pay. That you can't move like us for. We could go out and get drunk. No one's caring. If it's Eddie, if it's De Niro, if it's Surfer. No, me. No one ain't fussed. I was saying.
But if I'm getting paid $350 a week, I ain't going out publicly. I ain't going out to a public place. I'm hiring. Yeah. I'm either building my own place that has its own functions and stuff like that, and like having parties, whatever. Like I'll hire people to run it. Do you know what I mean? During those times, you know, stuff like that. Just do that.
It is. They're trying to be seen because, like you said, right. He could do all of this and nobody see it. It's the same thing happens in the NFL. The NFL has people who will drive you to the club and drive you back to your house. Do you know what happens? You know what happens?
Well,
these motherfuckers want to take the Lambo out, and then the police watch them, or even security, or somebody will watch them drunkenly walk out the club. They'll call their police buddy, police friends. Them dudes waiting on them right up the block for them to hop into that car and get that DUI.
That's crazy.
And they say, bro, why didn't you just use the service? And he's like, man, I could do anything by myself. I don't need to be doing all that. But it's like, that's not the point.
Yeah.
It's limiting. It's all about limiting the liability. And some dudes just don't have the foresight. Like, motherfucker like LeBron James. You will never find LeBron James anywhere he has not set the parameters for the party to be at. Yeah, if he's at a party, it's because he made sure everything was straight for him before he even went there. By the looks of it, this brother got shown on Snapchat or some shit.
He did. It was all fuzzy.
Yeah, it was all fuzzy. That's why I said about the video and the actual picture. It wasn't like conclusive.
Rash, you look like me, dog. Rash, you look like me. Having one of my ex's hating ass friends catch me at the club when I said I was at my mom's house. That's what you moving like. Boy, out here looking crazy, man. Disrespecting the back. What do you think Beckham would think? What would Beckham say right now?
My God, Eddie's right. LeBron goes to these events. He stakes them out like the president, but before he goes, you know what I mean? There's national
That's how you
security
gotta move.
stakes that place out. Who could shoot from where? Do you know what I mean? They're like assassin points. Not that you get assassin, but like in LeBron's terms, who could take pictures? You know, from this point and this point. You know what I mean? He would have a system. LeBron would have a system where you'd have your phone in. They scan it, put it into the system, so that when you come and collect your phone, there's no hassle. Do you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. It's like after a win, after a season, no problem. You want to go out and party after a season, no problem.
You're just putting yourself into potential.
I would even have a go at like people who are winning, like any of the Man City players. I would go, well, it doesn't look good because you're still in season mode, right? It's
But I'm telling you that the problem is it's Rashford. That's the problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? That this is what I'm trying to show you. Look, it's Rashford. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now. Like if it's another player that still puts out performances regardless, and maybe just got caught out on a one night out. Like I've seen it. I've seen Sterling. Sterling was out like when Chelsea were having their poor season last year. It was that he was out at the times when he shouldn't have been out because he wasn't performing. But you see, when Sterling was out, Sterling held down the plays because he knows if I get caught on camera, whereas I'm gonna get scrutinized because I know that I'm not performing.
Sterling got bad press for buying his mum a house.
Yeah,
that was crazy. I remember that. That was crazy. That was crazy. When bought his mum a house for this.
Can't be doing this, bro. Like you need to make sure that you're catching these phones, brother. You need to make sure, bro, because you're not that guy, bro. You gotta make sure you're catching them phones. Don't be thinking, yeah, I'm Rashford, I play for United, I can do that. No way, man. You gotta make sure that you're catching them phones because you don't perform up to the standard to even get away with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I
fully hear what you're saying. No, I fully hear what you're saying. Hey, you lot continue to rub before. Obviously, we are going to give everyone's going to give their thoughts on Klopp leaving because we still rejoicing just in a Liverpool tears. I just find it funny. But yeah, run up the likes. There's over 50 people here, over 50 people here. How many subscribers are we on? I mean, how many likes are we on?
Run up them likes, people. Man.
Yeah. I'm not sure who it is. 1 second. Let me find out.
I'll view
everyone. Find out. Let's see. Is it Surfer? Yeah. It's on you, Surfer. Yeah. Jump out and jump back in. Yeah, you're back now. Let's see. It's gone now. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good. And now it's come back. Yeah, jump out and jump back in. I'll click you back in.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, people, we're only at 28 likes, man. Girls up to 40 likes. What we doing, man? Like check 1212, man. Let's run up those likes. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're at 9,468. I'm only asking for 2 more subscribers, people. Just 2 more subscribers. Get us to 9,470, man. What we doing, man? Let's run up those likes as well. To Andy, who says United fans celebrating Klopp leaving after trauma. Do you think Liverpool will go downhill? The reason why we're celebrating the trauma of Liverpool losing Klopp, yes, they're losing someone, they're losing a quality manager, but it's because it upsets them. That's what makes it funny to me. This is why I'm enjoying it. Like if Liverpool fans didn't react in the manner they reacted, I wouldn't have responded that way. But I know it's going to bother people. So it's like, all right, it's Liverpool. You know, kick the ups, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? That's just where I'm at with it. But yeah, De Niro, your thoughts on that? I see you smiling there, fam. So your thoughts on Klopp leaving at the end of the season?
I just want to give thanks to the Most High. You get me? I just want to give thanks to the Lord. I give thanks to the Most High always for Klopp leaving and making the most beautiful decision of his life to leave that club. And you know what it is, man? It gives guys like me and Flawless an opportunity to get back in there, man. Get back in the race. Hopefully, Pep soon joins the little chain team.
Yeah, Pep got to go, man. Pep got to go, man. Yeah, Pep got to go. I'm tired.
But I woke up this morning, Flawless, and I was so happy, bro. I was even on Tuesday's stream. I heard him say, "Hey, Flawless ain't awake yet." I said, "Listen, it's time to cook, man. I can't lie. You see where it is, Flawless? I can't lie. When you buck you some, make sure you share what time it is, bro. I want to see."
Oh, he already spoke. He knows. Like back again, community waiting for him in particular. So yes, ready.
Oh, those super chats, bro. Those
ready.
Oh, that's at the start. That podcast that might be the longest longest podcast you do. The longest podcast. Yeah. Remember that 45-minute one a few weeks
45
ago?
45 minutes was crazy, man. People was waiting to cook, man.
That could go double. I'm telling you right now, that could be double.
Big man thing. Hold that. All you Liverpool fans, hold that. You get me? Because you lot weren't chatting and that talking about quad. It ain't even a proper quad. Why
Nah, it's a baby quad. It's a baby quad.
Baby quad, man. Hold that, man. When I talk about quads and that, bro, Europa and that, I'm not trying to hear all of that from your mouth, man.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It was when City get charged and Pep leaves and they go down, they get relegated. This is when Liverpool and Klopp were raised. And then 24 hours later, no, it's done. It's done.
Rap show's over, man. It is the baby quad they're on. Eddie, what are you saying? Obviously, I know you spoke on it just earlier, but yeah.
He'll be kind. He'll be kind.
Further thoughts on Klopp leaving Liverpool at the end of the season?
Oh, you know, I used to pray for times like this, man.
Rhyme like this.
The rhyme like this. It doesn't matter. Okay. Time I spent was like, okay, let me chill. Nah, man. Simply put, like I told the homies, show up to the op funeral just to make sure, God damn it. I watched the video twice. Just to make sure it wasn't no AI, wasn't no deep fake. Then I went, saw that on Fabrizio's Instagram. He had it up. Then I went to ESPN, saw that they had it up too. Listen, people, because it's not just that Klopp is going to go. You understand what this means for Mr. Mohamed Salah?
Talk about it.
Hey, Liverpool fans, no more Christmas posts. My brother's going to Saudi, and they don't play them games over there. You feel me? So, they got him gone. Van Dijk, we'll see. Maybe 1 or 2 seasons left. Then I envision the Saudi move. Who else is out there for him? Well, Thiago don't got no hamstrings. We ain't worried about Thiago. They out here bench pressing Endo. We understand how desperate they are for a midfielder. McAllister, they haven't talked about him much, so we know how that's going. Szoboszlai, haven't talked about him much either, so we know how that's going as well. All they have to rely upon now is good old Darwin Núñez. And brother, I am here for this. We will be there. You couple this with Omar coming into the building, hey man, God is good. God is good, boy.
God is good.
Right now, God is
the most high. Get me.
Hey, man.
To the most high.
Credit to the most. Give praises all. Give all. Do whatever you do out there, people. Give up your praise.
Well, so you know those videos they do of people doing watch-alongs when Man United versus whoever, Arsenal versus whoever.
Yeah.
The same channel did a Klopp leaves reaction video in the same style of it, and they went to do a stream. Yeah,
I need to watch that still. I need to watch that.
Everyone's going, what? What do you mean? He said, what? Is there no way? And the ones that Liverpool fans, you see they're pasty white anyway, but they even get drained from that when they see that. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. They go see-through. You know what I mean? They go see-through. And it's like, huh? It's like someone's actually gone to them and they're trying to convince them 2 + 2 = 5. They just don't. It's like, what? And then after they accept it, it's like literally someone came into their house and did their John Wick and killed their puppy right in front of them. But they're not John Wick and they can't respond. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that. They can't respond. It's like someone's literally come in and they do think they're reacting like it's a family member. Right?
That's how it feels as football, because we.
Let me say this real quick.
Go.
Use this brother in the chat. Shout out to Thomason for engaging. Said,
bye, Eddie. I was trying to figure out the feedback. Sorry, go on, carry on. Carry on, go on.
You said De Zerbi, Alonso, Flick, Conte, Zidane, and Ancelotti will be lining up for this Liverpool job. You understand you need money to pay them people? Last time I checked, y'all was making Klopp cook gourmet dishes with ramen noodle seasoning. It's not gonna happen twice. You can only stretch the dollar so much.
They need to go and get somebody who's like, when they took Klopp from Dortmund, that's what they need to be looking to go and get. They need to go get the up and coming manager, and hopefully that it worked for them. They'll be looking at it going, I hope it works out for us.
It's still a high percentage. Whoever they get doesn't even work.
Oh yeah.
Guy usually comes in a long-serving successful manager does not. The high percentage is not what you're still looking for. That guy.
Yep.
We haven't really found. We've hit it sometimes. I haven't hit it. Arsenal fans, a portion of the Arsenal fan base think Arteta's the guy. It'll be the same. I don't care what anyone says. I still think it'll be the same when Pep goes. I don't think the first guy after Pep will be successful, even though they'll be the best placed team. I just don't think they'll be that successful.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to think. Like, I think you're right. I think they will go for a non-high profile, but I don't think that will work out. It'll be like the third or fourth. That will maybe work out.
Hopefully, it'll be long-standing, a good 20 days.
I wanted to ask you a little question.
Yeah, go on, Danilo.
About the Liverpool fan. I wanted to say, if you had a choice of one player you could bring in, who would it be from there? Man, is Jota though. Man, bring me Jota still. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I see you say that in the chat.
Yeah.
Bring me Salah. I've said this. I'm taking Salah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, if it's not Salah, it's Alisson. I can get very good defenders, but if I got Alisson, like after Salah, it's definitely Alisson, because I need that guy to not even like move for 89 minutes to just pull off a save. You know what I mean? That's what I need.
I'm with Surfer.
I think Salah's the obvious one, so I won't choose Salah. Because I think I've got competent enough defenders that will get the confidence of having Alisson. But no, I'm not dissing Petrovic. I'm not even saying Petrovic is a high level. He's playing well at the moment. Mm-hmm. But if like you gave me Alisson, right, I'm taking Alisson right there. Salah's a given. Salah's always going to be a given no matter what, right? Everyone should say Salah, no problem. I'll just try and be different because I just think everyone will say Salah.
Nah, bring me Jota.
Definitely Alisson for me. No,
bring me Jota. Bring me Jota. Forget Salah, man. Bring me Jota, man.
Nah, Fez. Nah, I fully hear what you're saying there. And Eddie's also saying Alisson. In regards to it, the thing that surprised me the most about it, like second after like getting over the initial shock, was the timing of it. Like, why would you announce it now? That's what I'm not saying he's wrong for it because I don't know the full story. I'm just saying it's shocking to me because I think any chance they had of winning the league has now left with him announcing this. I don't think this goes well.
It's such a weird time. They say the timing's weird. It's January 26th.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's not. We're not after he's won a final or just leading up to the last game of the season or something like that. It's very weird, the timing of it. No, he says he decided this back in November. I can only assume one or two things: that it was going to be leaked either way in the next few weeks, and they decided to get ahead of it, or they've been searching since November, and they believe they have everything lined up, including the sporting director and the next manager, that they fear it's going to be leaked before that anyway. And they're going to like, well, why is this happening? Now, what it does do on the other flip side, every press conference is going to sound like some Disney movie arranged.
Oh yeah, 100%. You know what Liverpool's like. You know what their PR is like.
Every Liverpool fan's going on other rivals. Oh, this will galvanise Liverpool. I tell you right now, with these modern day players, they only need a sniff of an excuse not to do well. Any drop points, even a draw. The first question to Jurgen Klopp: do you think your leaving has affected the players?
And that's where it is. Because I, for those that don't know, and I say it again, Sir Alex Ferguson did this before YouTube. It was like 2000, the 2001-2002 season, and he did this, and then we fell off. You know what I'm saying? And like that season went to, and it is gonna now it's added pressure on the players. Like Surfer said, if they go and draw a game, not only is that how they drew the game and performances and any individual mistakes and his substitutions, his lineup under question. Now it is always you leaving. Are the players going to stop trying as hard because it's like, well, this manager's going to be gone next season. Right. His opinion is now divided. I'm not saying the players will necessarily do that. I'm just saying it is definitely a possibility. So it seems very strange.
I see it the other way, Flawless, you know.
Yeah, go on.
I see it the other way, you know. I feel like it's the other way around, you know. I feel like they'll get behind them, bro. Look at the way that they're having this mad outburst about it, bro. I feel like they'll get behind him because he's done a lot for them. Like, obviously, he's won one trophy, but
you reckon it could galvanize them? Yeah, it could. Yeah. It could go the opposite.
That's the way.
But I bet you don't. But De Niro, I bet you don't have him winning the league, though.
Hey, that's a. You know what it is? I don't. I don't. I have City winning it regardless. You get me? I have City winning it, but at the same time, I just feel like I might change maybe after the next game for one reason because of this fact. I just feel like after this situation that's happened, I feel like it will galvanize it and make it happen. Like I feel like it's actually going to push them to be able to win the league. Personally, in my opinion, and you know what it is? It's an unpopular opinion, but that's the way I see it, man. I feel like it could be done, man. Like I feel like they're gonna get behind the manager because he's done a lot for them, man. I'll be real. He took them out of the gutter. So you get me?
I can see the flip side. I can't see the flip side if it goes well. It's just that first result that goes bad. But we'll see. And big up to Troops in the cup as well. Big up Troops. He says, I am fried, LOL. Got a double cheeseburger and large chips en route. Hey, enjoy your double cheeseburger and chips, Troops. Hey. Shout out Troops every single time. Hey, you lot, if you're under a rock somewhere, make sure you go subscribe to Troops TV.
Hey, you could listen, Troops. Don't worry, man. You can afford a lot recently. Those super chats when your name's back again podcast for Sam.
Oh,
like, you could probably retire. You can retire for the rest of the year on those super chats.
He is about to get. What does man say? They baptize me. They are going to hold his head underwater.
My God, you thought it was bad a couple of weeks ago when they rinsed him for 45 minutes. Jesus H. Christ. It's going to be that Simpsons thing. You know, he's already dead. You know that thing? Stop. But you know what? We won't, because we're not built like that. We will keep on stepping on the neck. Exactly. Keep on stepping.
Just want to see blood. The audience, they don't care whose blood it is. They just want to see blood. They don't care. They just want to see. They want to see our body.
Troops.
The streets need a word to, you know what I'm saying, Jukebox and Famous. The streets need our body. That's all they care about. They don't care whose body it is. A body, no matter who out of the four of us, we need to see a body this life.
You know, this thing about galvanization, it could go a third way. You know, they could get they could get over emotional. The players, do you know what I mean, and start making the mistakes you wouldn't think of, start going into challenges you wouldn't think of, or harder or something like that, or just it could be too over. I've seen it happen. You want to do so much for the outgoing gaffer, but the thing about Ferguson's one, the second one, the first one I agree because I remember that because Arsenal won that league. I don't know if our United would have won that league because Arsenal that Arsenal double team was better than their Invincibles. By the way, I would fight Arsenal fans on that. It was better. They played better football than their Invincibles team by far. That double winning side, but the second one was done beautifully. Title was wrapped up. I think people now understand why he got mad at going out of the Champions League against Real Madrid, because that was his last Champions League campaign with United. If you remember when Nani got sent off, it was like everyone was going, why? He was going for him, he was going unbelievably mad on the side, right? But that everyone figured out why. But the announcement was just the title was wrapped up. It was done. It had already been done. It was announced. What happened then about the other managers coming in is now history, but. It's just weird. I'm sitting there going, it's Friday, 26th of Jan.
Friday,
you got an FA Cup game against Norwich. And I'm just going, all the staff's going as well, by the way. Every single member of the staff.
Also, they got to replace all the staff as well.
Pep Linders is going, guys, so you can't blame Pep Linders for it, anything like he tried to do all throughout last summer. But yeah, it's just the time of it. It's just so weird. It's like it's
very strange.
Maybe when they announce who's replacing him in the sporting,
I think there'll be more to it. Like I said, they'll reveal more as to why. Because I don't think Klopp would just be like, all right, let me just say this.
I think it's more. I know Mike Gass was disagreed earlier and said like Salah's definitely always more like Salah will stay. I think Salah's going this summer. And people say, well, everyone's leaving the Saudi League. Yeah, but they're going to throw a flipping mountain at Salah. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
He's going to be the best paid player of all time. I think Salah going. FSG, are they really going to reimburse the whole money they get for him? Do you know what I mean? Look at them. They tried to make it look like they were going to spend 100 million on Caicedo. Were they really going to do that? They divvied on Lavia, stuff like that. They got Endo in. And maybe he's looking at it going, maybe he is. He's going, I don't know if Salah goes, I don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah, because it was Monts who said about, he mentioned it on when he was on Troops as his channel as well, and he was in regards to he thinks it was the Caicedo Lavia thing. He thinks that was the final straw.
Because you go from basically Lavia's wrapped up. Yeah, we weren't even going for Lavia, if you remember. We weren't even going for Lavia. I think we just took Lavia just to spite them in the end, as a percentage of that. Saying you come for us, we'll go for you, and we'll take them both. Now that might be bad enough because Lavia's injured at the moment, but
yeah,
I think it's like you show all this like why. It's a bit like it's a tiny bit like Man City went for Rice, but they didn't then go again. Do you know what I mean? It's like so you when you spend 100 million on Caicedo, why don't you go and actually find another midfielder who's worth that to spend it on, like a Barella? I know maybe he wouldn't have gone.
Go make a statement of intent, basically.
Go get Tchouaméni. Go get Tchouaméni from Real Madrid or something like. Go get De Jong. Put 100 million down for De Jong. Put 100 million down for De Jong. And Barcelona can't turn those funds down. They just can't. They cannot go for Kimmich. Put 100 million down for Kimmich. Do you know what I mean? Just do that because you can't. That's what I mean. So how come you go and then you go from that to Endo? Now, by the way, I think Endo's been very underrated and very good for them this season. If I'm being honest, I think he's been quite a surprise to people. Do you know what I mean? How I'm not saying he's like a world beater, but I think he's actually helped them a lot this season. But you're playing McAllister. You started playing McAllister as the lone DM. He's not a DM. Do you know what I mean? It's like show the ambition. I think Monty's answer. I think he's looked at there was many reports that said they were already discussing next year's summer's targets, and I think he's going, yeah, you might say all the names, but are you actually gonna do it? Do you know what I mean? Do you remember it's like do you remember Aston Wenger every couple of years ago? Oh yeah, well we could have signed this player or this player. Yeah, but you didn't. You didn't do it. He didn't sign him.
Well, maybe he is, and it's been 9 years. Maybe he is. I hear you. Listen, Andy says, "Yeah, go on, fam. Go on."
No, I'm just listen. But he gave the same sort of. Listen, he's had a lot of personal stuff. His mum passed away in the last couple of years, and I didn't think he got to be with her like in the last 2 days. He missed, like she passed away and he wasn't there, or he couldn't get to her funeral or something like that. There was a story like that. But he said the same thing about Dortmund, if you remember. He wanted to take a sabbatical then. 4 months, I'm not saying he would do this, but 4 months later, Liverpool job comes up. Now, if Thomas Tuchel survives this season at Bayern and he goes into next season and he doesn't start well, are you really expecting me to believe that Bayern won't reach out to
he's a when you look at it,
he's number one. He's not. I don't care if he was Dortmund manager. I don't care. He's perfect. He is the obvious. He's back home in Germany as well, so it's like
because it's not like he's not from Dortmund, right, or anything.
No, he's not like a Dortmund player or anything like that. Okay, he just managed them. But it's like, are you telling me that Thomas Tuchel starts off badly next season, or even if they sack Thomas Tuchel and a new guy comes in and doesn't do well, are you telling me that like this time next year, if it's looking bad for Bayern, they don't reach out to Klopp? Mm-hmm. If you don't think that, you're insane.
I could see that. Be perfect for them. And Andy says, do you think De Zerbi is the perfect fit for this young Liverpool team? No, because in terms of, I've said this before, I say this again, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Manchester United, you can throw Chelsea in the mix, Arsenal. Them teams there are looking for their manager to go win major trophies. Mm-hmm. And I've said this in particular about Manchester United. When people are like, oh, how come you don't want De Zerbi at Manchester United? I rate De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi is a very good manager. I think he's doing a very good job at Brighton, and you can clearly see he's a very good manager. But I don't want the first time you are winning something to be at Manchester United. You have to have won something beforehand. There's no manager in the history of the Premier League, maybe apart from Blackburn Rovers, who seem to be an exception to the rule, but that's going back to mid-90s, who has not won something before he got here. And I'm not even saying it has to be a major trophy. It don't have to be a domestic title. It don't have to be the Champions League. I'm saying win a domestic cup in another European country. I'm saying the Europa League. I'll even throw a Conference League in there. Something. You know what I'm saying? You must have won something. You must have been under pressure to win silverware and then delivered with silverware. There isn't a manager. Let me repeat that. There's not a manager who has won a Premier League or a Champions League in England that hasn't won before he got here, because the pressure is different. All of them, whether it's Sir Alex Ferguson, whether it's Wenger, whether it's Klopp, whether it's Mourinho, whether it's Pep, even Ranieri had won 2 Coppa Italias before he won at Leicester. Like, what are we talking about here? Every single Wenger, which I didn't even know till I did my research. Like, Wenger won a title in France. Something.
I tell you,
what I'm saying.
I tell you,
want to Coupe de France as well. But go
on. If I'm Liverpool, I don't care anyway. So I go. There might be a different style of play or something like that. We don't know. We might think different. But I see what Darren Inzaghi's doing into Milan. Like, he's totally changed. He totally changed Lautaro's game this season. Lautaro is a deadly guy. Do you know what I mean? Someone like that. I mean, like you said, going for someone like De Zerbi seems like I think from Brighton to Liverpool is a massive jump. The pressure is not the same. It's not even the same universe. The pressure. It's very comfortable at Brighton. Do well this, build up a few players, sell them on, get in the next batch, sell them. You know, that's what it is at Brighton. If we're being honest, right? That's like I say. I don't think they wouldn't go for Simeone, even though he has changed his sort of style of football. I just think he gets paid too much. Do you know what I mean? I think he's like the best paid manager in the world or something like that. But it's like someone go like, oh yeah, Almiron at Sporting Lisbon. He's not being mentioned as much now. Do you know what I mean? A year on, it's that's why I said to you earlier on the show. Apart from buying the club, the decision they make now around who's the next manager is the biggest decision FSG have ever had to make at Liverpool. It's the biggest decision because what it can do is even if it's not the right person, that person could set you up. Could set up things for the actual person to come in, or this person could set up things where you are still scrambling 4 or 5 years from now to fix things, like Man United, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? You could be buying a bunch of players that you are still trying to get rid of 8 years later, or that are still playing, and you're scratching your head going, how the hell did these? They must rate them. I don't know how they rate them. How do they keep playing under every single manager? Do you know what I mean?
And then people are blame the club and the system.
What I'll say about the De Zerbi thing, I'm totally with you. I think, you know, not gonna lie, I would probably take him at United just because of the whole, you know, just seeing how taking a chance on a manager can pay dividends, like how Spurs did with Ange. Like,
not the same thing though. I don't feel like that's the same thing, to be honest.
No. I know it's not. I'm just like, you know, in principle, it's like, you know, just like I'm because I just need somebody who knows how to play like good football, bro. That's what I'm pretty much starving for at this point. Cause it's like I can't, other than LVG, and even his football wasn't the most pleasing because we didn't score a whole bunch of goals, but I still appreciate the way he had us keeping possession, you know, just giving ourselves a chance in most games. A lot of times it was just on us not to close the job. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, that's at the point. That's the biggest point for me, is like finding somebody who can play consistently good football. Because we've won, right? Like we won trophies playing this way, but the biggest trophy we've got is a fucking Europa League. So I'm desperate at that point that maybe if we play a better brand of football, better things will happen for us. But I'm all for Mourinho to Liverpool. I think that's.
I was just about to say that.
To Liverpool.
Oh yeah, Mourinho to Liverpool. Yeah.
Mourinho to Liverpool. You know, I think
with that.
World class manager. So yeah, let's say to the chat people. Jose to Liverpool.
I'm with that. And just to clarify to Andy and Black Diamond, I see you chatting as well. I rate De Zerbi. Let me reiterate this. I think De Zerbi is a very good manager. I think he's one of the better managers in the league. My criteria for managing Manchester United is something different. You can't have no one. Taking Brighton to Europa League is a major achievement. I watched David Moyes. Wait. I watched David Moyes take Everton to a Champions League. What's a more impressive achievement?
Also, Flawless, if there's it's a big achievement. But De Zerbi gets knocked out the next round and Brighton finish 9th, they're not going to sack him. There's no pressure. Do you know what I mean? They'll go on.
You know what? Win the Europa League. That's where I'm at with De Zerbi.
Win it. Yeah, win the Europa League.
If he wins Europa League, I hear it.
Yeah,
and then somebody's like, yo, bring him to United. All I'm saying is it's something of substance. I don't want anyone who's not got no trophies on their resume. Right. That's just my personal thing. That's all. I'm not even saying major. Even if he had a Conference League on his resume, I go,
Yeah.
all right. I'd hear
Because
it.
if you take
go
the
on.
Zerbi flawless, yeah, if you take a De Zerbi, yeah, see how he said I'm taking Brighton to the Europa League as a major achievement. You may as well grab a Eddie Howe then. He took Newcastle to the Champions League, and that team ain't that great either. So, and he got a tune out of them. So that's the way I look at it. And like, I'll be real, United need more than a De Zerbi, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah, like everyone's because everyone's criteria is different, and that's what it is. Like like the same way there'll be a talented footballer out there, but I'm like, I don't want him at United because it might not work here for whatever reason the case may be. That's all it is. I'm like, and they don't have to win again. Let me just it's not a major trophy. If he wins the Europa League, I hear it. If he's as good as people say, if he's as good as we think he is, winning the Europa League is not too much to ask. Because that would be a very, very good achievement. If he's as good as we say he is. So if we're gonna give him these plaudits, which he deserves, by the way. Let me just clarify that. He deserves the plaudits. If we're calling him a very good manager, go and do very good things.
Yep.
Go win the Europa League.
He had a new manager bounce, flawless. That's all it was, man. To me personally, he had a new manager bounce. He's coming at Brighton. He's done. He's obviously come and implemented a certain style of play.
Yeah, because they do well.
They do all right. But
I think what they didn't do, what they did last time, is they lost McAllister and Caicedo. I don't think they replaced them properly. This is the first time. I don't think they've got their replacements correct.
Because who they got now? Gilmore plays in the midfield now for them as well.
Yeah, but Gilmore is such Gilmore. I tell you what, people won't like. Gilmore is a Jorginho with pace. And what I mean by this is that he is a nice player. Yeah, he's a nice player, but I don't think he's got an X factor to him whatsoever. I think in the metrics, I think they're good. But I don't think there's anything outstanding at this moment about his game whatsoever. Neat passer, side to side, something like that, it's all good. But going on to the managers, that's why everyone's going, get me, like, I've been watching loads of rant streams and he's been going, you get me the Girona boss. What if Girona don't win La Liga? Will you still want the Girona boss after that? Because he might be a flash in the pan, right? No one knows about him.
Well,
Girona's part of the City group anyway, right? City might have him lined up. You know what I mean? No. It's I don't even know the Girona boss's name.
And to clarify this, the Zerbi's won a cup in Ukraine. Don't bring me no Ukrainian. Hey, let's be serious, man. It's not even it's not even the Ukrainian league. It's the Ukrainian Super Cup. So let me just clarify this. When I'm saying a trophy, I'm talking at least a trophy in like the top 6 leagues in Europe.
I'm not talking about a cup that I can't distinguish from my own cupboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm talking like Portugal.
This is even more valuable than that Ukrainian cup.
You know what I'm saying? Even Sweden or something like that. Like something of substance.
Oh, you want pot of it?
Come on, man.
You want pot of it?
Something. No, I don't want pot.
Oh, wait, you said Sweden? Didn't he win?
Yeah, I've also said don't bring me anybody who's managed here for. I don't want anyone who's managing in the Premier League or managed in the Premier League. And let me repeat that. Apart from Carlo Ancelotti, he's the only exception to the rule. Everyone else, I don't want anybody who's managed here.
You don't want anyone who's ever managed in the Premier League.
I don't want anyone who's managed in the Premier League or managing in the Premier League. I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired of remontadas.
Hey, you should link up with Jose again, man. I feel like you lot should link up with Jose again, man. That would be good for you.
Yeah. I think how did it work out for you, De Niro? Tell me that first thing. How was that?
Hey, listen.
He got them to a final. He got them to a final.
How was that?
Listen, hey, Levy rubbed him, bro. That's what happened, bro.
Levy rubbed him, man. Levy rubbed him.
Levy rubbed him out, man. I can't lie to you, man. But Mourinho will look good with you, man. You get me?
And to Black Diamond says, one of these days I'll jump on the panel to express my feelings. You always know, Black Diamond, you're more than welcome on fan calling shows, Q&As. You know this. I generally don't speak unless I'm sure of what I'm saying. When have I been wrong, gentlemen? More often than not, I agree with you, Black Diamond. My 95% of the time we agree.
Yeah.
I just disagree with this. So it's not a question of all questioning you. I just disagree with it. Again, I even saying you're wrong. I'm just saying what my criteria is. Your criteria is different. You say a philosophy on good football is good enough for the next manager at Manchester United. Cool. I even saying you're wrong for that. I'm saying the history tells you different. Because there's no manager with De Zerbi's background who's been successful in the country. There isn't one. Maybe Dalglish. And that was back before most people watching this were born.
That's the thing is, it's been 10 years of this, right?
Go on.
even with whatever his name is, we got him from Man City. Everyone's walking around like they've got the best. Somehow he's got the best. Yeah, like he's going to make changes and stuff like that. But the thing is this: you're not into a. It's not been 1 or 2 years of this, and now you're changing the philosophy, and now you're going for a project manager. It's been 10 years of this. How long? I think it was very kind to say. I think the patience of the United fan base is gone. Do you know what I mean? Of waiting. Do you know what I mean? To be serious again. How long? If you go with De Zerbi, you have to give him time, right? Do you know what I mean? You can't, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. So, but how long are you willing to actually do that? Do you know what I mean? Because you've been like 10. It'd be 11 years, right? At the end of this season, is 11 years of this stuff that's been going on, and it's. I really think. I think United fans, the first season that you saw some things and you got far in the cup competitions, you'd give him grace for that season and build up from that one. But if it starts going wrong, then all the old things come out again, don't they? It's like, that's why I'm saying you have to pick. That's why I'm saying everyone goes, every fan base now goes, I need an elite world-class manager. Newsflash. There's only 2, and one of them's taking a year out. In Klopp, the other one's Pep, and he's not going to manage another English club for a while.
I thought Ancelotti in the mix, but I hear you. I get the point you're making.
But Ancelotti doesn't want to do this type of project. Do you know what I mean? He does not at his age anymore, bro. He still smokes on the sideline, bro. He's not got time for Man United. Do you know what I mean? He's like cigars after every.
And Eddie, before you go, I was even looking at Dalglish's resume. Yes, before he won the Premier League, he won an FA Cup, then won the Football First Division, then won a few more things, then won the Premier League. So it just stands to what I'm saying is I'm not trusting it. History says something completely different. That's why I'm going off. All these great managers we've seen, all the greats, whoever your Premier League GOAT is, won something before he got here. Won something. Do something. Like I said, even around the year, like I said, man's got 2 corporate. Cool. You can put 2 corporate Italians on the table. I go, all right. What's the rest? What's the rest of the resume? To me, that's the barrier of entry, though. But yeah, we've got Eddie. What are you gonna say?
No, because I think it just certain things get confused when we have this De Zerbi conversation. Because shout out to the OG Dundada. Dundada makes the most compelling argument for De Zerbi to be anybody's next manager if you're looking for one, right?
Yeah.
And I think the confusion is I don't think you're refuting what you're saying about De Zerbi at all. I just think that, like you said a couple of times, your metrics for what you want from the United manager aren't those that he's putting forward. Like with me, a bit of it is, great football I want to see out there on the pitch, the type of football that I like to see. And another part of it is I hope you have experience in the highest pressurized moments you can think of. And I know that's a very hard thing to find in this landscape right now, but it's necessary, in my opinion, for what you need to be successful at United. Because like Surfer just talked about, it's going to be on 10 years. And for the changes that I want to see, it'll take a rebuild. But I'm not the type to say, you get 2 years or 3 years for a rebuild. Nah, you get a season for me to see that you're at least on track to do something of significance, right? Like you can't be on some Arteta shit going 8th place, 5th place, 2nd place. The moment you get 8th place, you're fucking done in my book.
Come on.
I don't get nothing else. Because we have funds to really go out there and spend that money and make a team in your spitting image. And we can go out there and get players who are ready to succeed right now. We don't have to wait on a couple of years for their quote unquote development, right? Because and just to finish on this whole trust the process thing started with the Philadelphia 76ers. And you know are still trying to do?
Still trying to do it, yeah.
Make second round of the NBA playoffs. We're not even talking championship. We're talking make it out the second round. So that process shit is overused. It's overhyped. and it's a bunch of nonsense. So I'm telling you this right now: the next manager in a perfect world is probably the likes of a Simeone. But like we've said, he's not getting. Y'all can't pay him enough to come from Spain.
I think he's like the third highest paid manager, I think,
It's
in
from
Europe
Spain.
or something like that.
He's the only one who fits the mold, who's shown you.
You're ready to go right now. If you want to win right now or try and win right now, but the problem is your squad's not ready to win right now.
That's the other thing. I mean, that's the other.
You got to get players out as well. That's the thing as well, and you're bad at selling.
So many of these dudes out to make the next manager actually successful, which is the problem that Ten Hag is having. This idiot thought he's going to be the messiah for the likes of a Rashford, for the likes of a Maguire, a McTominay, a Bruno. No. They're not good enough.
Yeah, they got to get rid. They got to go.
Oh, they have to. And I think, honestly, a De Zerbi does seem like the type of guy to get rid of them if he's given the chance. And I think, honestly, the Omar guy has the big enough ego to be like, you know what? I can find these dudes. I can get rid. I can find another star. There's countless. It's fucking football. You gonna be one Rashford between now and the year, whenever 240, whatever you want to call it. A brother that just runs fast behind the lines. You can find that sunny day. What are we talking about here, man? So I hear it, but it's like that's the one trepidation I have about De Zerbi and even a Girona manager.
Right.
We have yet to see you build something from the ground up. Been appointed to carry on something that's been building. But do you have the creativity and the leadership to make something that can sustain itself at the highest level? We'll wait and see. I personally doubt it, but I think what'll help if he does come through is the fact that we now have the infrastructure to try and make him successful.
We'll see. Because it'd be interesting to see what Omar Barada does. But before we close out, run up the likes, people. Hit up the likes. Make sure you share this across all the socials. Hit the subscribe button. Sarcasm City TV, road to 10K. Road to 10K. We will be live here. We will be live on the gaming channel in about 5 to 10 minutes or so, people. Don't forget, we are on all audio platforms as well. But De Niro, you know what I'm saying? Great debut as a special guest on
much better than the usual guy we have. Much better than usual.
Big up Jez, man. Big up Jez.
No. This is like Jez is like Richarlison, and this is like Human Storm coming up.
Come on.
And Jez, I hope you stay ill for another week, Jez, with that cold. By the way, I hope you stay ill, man.
Big up to Jez every time. But De Niro, anything you want to add to the people?
Fuck you, Jez. This is what I'm saying. Don't big up to Jez. Fuck you, Jez. Fuck you.
Big up Jez though, man, big up Flawless for having me on, man. I appreciate the opportunity always, man. It's been good. Obviously, like I always say, Ten Hag again, get me, Poch in. You get what I'm saying? All of these things are Arteta as well. You get me for the Arsenal fans that man, you man there. Listen, I'm around now. You see me about. You see my face. Listen, I'm a shadow. Trust me, I'm around. Get me, but man, appreciate it, Flawless though, man. Big up.
Come on, man, done every single time. Eddie, my bro, anything you want to add, fam, before we close out?
Hey, shout out to the dogs on this panel. This was a dope one. You wasn't trying to apply pressure to Flawless for about 45 minutes, so I thoroughly enjoyed the civilized conversation. Hit that like, people. Subscribe. Get my dog to 10K ASAP. He should be here. He should be there already, the way y'all be tuning into this shit. So if you haven't subscribe, and man, 9.5 is on the way.
In the comments, hashtag Jez out. In the comments after this video.
Yeah,
Jez out. Stay out. Stay gone. Stay gone.
Anything else you want to add, sir, about from hashtag Jez out?
Hashtag fuck you, Jez. Hashtag up yours, Jez. Hashtag stay ill, Jez. Hashtag do one, Jez. Hashtag fuck off. Follow us on the tomorrow there's a Liverpool, an emergency Liverpool stream on this channel. You want more tiered, and it's at 6:30, I believe, tomorrow.
6:30 p.m.
There's nothing. There's literally no games going on. No, don't give me Fulham Newcastle. No one's going to watch that. Even I don't even Steve's going to watch that. He's got Colombian Division 3 playoffs to watch. But it's like, just tune into that one. I don't know who throws Scott on. It doesn't matter. They're a Liverpool fan.
Oh, I'll let you lot know in it. Like so. Saint will be there. Ram will be there. Ryan will be there. Stroll might be there, and then there may be a few special guests as well.
Hey,
maybe a few special guests.
Big up to my guy Mons. That's what
Shout out Mons. You've been running the gauntlet the whole day. You know what could happen to a nicer person when he said, "What did I do? Did I deserve this?" I said, "Yes," with no doubt whatsoever. Absolutely. But yeah, love to everyone locked in. Surfer mentioned it, so 6:30 p.m. UK time, analysis at Anfield podcast special. So I'll be joined by, like I said, Saint will be here, Ram, Ryan, maybe Stroll, maybe a few others as well. So we'll be talking about Klopp leaving. Before that, if you're a member of the channel, people, so if you're a Sarcasm City soldier or higher, so if you're a soldier or a general, reach out to me if you want in on the members Q&A, which will be 5 p.m. UK time. So 5 p.m. UK time, members Q&A, that's on the Twitch. So if you're on the second or third tier of the membership, links in the pinned comment, people, then 6:30 p.m. like I said, that analysis at Anfield podcast special is going to be
so is Tom Little going to be? Are you trying to get Tom Little?
He might be on Tom Little. You know what I'm saying? He's not responding to me. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. And then obviously, because there is no live watch along because the FA Cup games are dead, we're gonna run pro clubs on the main channel. So that'll be 10 p.m. And then following that, we'll be live by midnight, 12:30 a.m. for the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A as well. And I believe the AFCON round of 16 starts tomorrow as well. So the game the man them are doing is, I'll tell you lot now. 1 second. So much content, people. Nigeria, Cameroon, 8 p.m. UK time, people. Nigeria, Cameroon. So that'll be on the Twitch. Will you be there, Eddie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jez mentioned it. Yeah, Jez, I don't forgot you, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't forgot. So much content, people. So members Q&A on Twitch at 5 p.m. UK time, 6:30 p.m. UK
tomorrow,
time.
Man.
Royal Rumble, Liverpool game. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool game. Sorry, Liverpool podcast. You know what I'm saying? Analysis at Anfield podcast special, 6:30 p.m. Then following that, 8 p.m. UK time, Nigeria versus Cameroon. AFCON watch along on the Twitch. Then following that, we'll be on here, Pro Clubs, 10 p.m. UK time, not on the gaming channel, here on the main channel. Then following that, 12:30 a.m. You know what I'm saying? UK time, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. So much content. All these things are on the all on the live stream schedules here on the YouTube and on the Twitch as well, people. So make sure you check it all out. Please continue to support. Don't forget as well, people. Do not forget as well. We are available on all audio platforms as well. So Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you listen to music, whatever streaming platform. Make sure you follow us on Spotify. 5-star us, Sarcasm City TV. All you iPhone users, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, do the same. Same with SoundCloud as well, or wherever you listen to podcast, people. Help us grow on all of these audio platforms. Like I always say, if you want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, maybe you don't have the unlimited data, you know what I'm saying, in regards to your contract. And it's like, all right, you know what? I don't need YouTube because YouTube is sucking up your data. So it's like, yo, let me just use the SoundCloud. Let me just use the Spotify or the iTunes. So yeah, man, love to everyone that has locked in. We're going to raid casually, still live. Yeah, go on.
If you know a Liverpool fan, friend, family member, reach out to them and laugh at them. Thank you. That's all I want to know.
And Casually is still live, so we're going to raid Casually.
Is it?
I believe they are still live. I believe. Let me double check that. Yeah, when I checked, they were still live. Let me double check that still, because we're going to raid them if they are still live. If not, we'll raid somebody else. 1 second.
No, they are. The little red thing.
Yeah, they're still live. There we go. So we'll raid Casually. So just put Sarcasm City raid in capital letters in the chat. Big up though to everyone who's locked in. This has been the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. Salute.